All right, we're in round one. We've got the choice. Playing first, and are we keeping? Yeah, no real disruption here, but it's a relatively good curve, and we can find our hallowed fountain. So very nice. We get all islands, play everything, have a relatively and the Venser's actually nice too. And Venser actually with Resto is really nice. I like that a lot. That's cool. That's a cool little piece of flash synergy. All right, let's Misty. And then we get to Arbiter, and hopefully that affects our opponent's deck. There is a chance that Arbiter is just a white grizzly bear against some players, but this guy could be, a natural order deck or Green Sun Zenith, something like that. I think we can crack it before we draw since we don't need a ton of lands to operate. And actually, I don't want to take the 2 damage from Hallowed Fountain either, so it makes sense to crack it there. All right, Containment Priest. We get to go Arbiter into Serendib and Efreet, which is kind of nice. Uh-oh. Raphaelos is a pretty big deal. Quarter Paladin, interesting. So I would like a land so I can drop this Venser. Because I got a feeling we're going to need it. Ooh, he's got to pay the extra 2 mana for that. Ooh, did not pay the mana. Very nice. Look at that. Arbiter, doing work. Concession. Concession. He was that tilted about it. We also weren't drawing a land for 5 turns, so pretty happy he did that. Yeah, that was a tilt concession. My God. No reason to scoop there at all. But I'm happy he did, obviously. I want the wins since I'm not super confident with my deck. Council's Judgment. Do I want it? I mean, he's a ramp deck. We established that, so he's going to have some big fat fatties. Is Council's Judgment going to be what I want for that? I love that Council's Judgment can even take care of cards like Progenitus that have protection from everything. Doesn't even make sense. Just such a nonsensical card, Council's Judgment. That old double white, though, I do think that could be an issue. Winter Orb, I think it's going to be a lot worse against this opponent. So I'll bring in the Judgment for that reason. But yes, if he's playing Creature Ramp, then I think Winter Orb would end up hurting me more than hurting him. Could do the Pithing Needle to turn off Raphaelos, but... Oh, mana abilities, never mind. Still gets to use it. I wouldn't have done it even if it did hit Raphaelos. It's just not worth it. Thada Adele seems like it's not going to be good in this matchup, but he could still be... Well, it's all we saw was green and then an Arid Mesa. So there's actually still a chance he's blue, believe it or not, but I'm not sure that's the route I would like to go. But what do I want to do instead? I don't know. Masticore can actually kill his little dudes, his little pingers, his little rampers rather. Maybe I play the Masticore. Seems odd maybe, but the fact that it kills both Elves of Deep Shadow, the first 2 creatures that we saw from him for 2 mana, could actually be all right. Let's give this a try. All right, Weathered Wayfarer, actually pretty good in this spot. Tree Speaker's a great card. But thankfully, we're going to be able to play Parallax Wave at some point during this game. So let's get that Wayfarer out there. Uh-oh. Turn 2 channel. Pretty good. Probably got an Ulamog or something crazy. Emrakul. Turn 2 channel Emrakul. That's a tough one to beat. I hope I draw Journey off the top. What better punishment would there be for a turn 2 Emrakul? Oh wait, he cast it, so he even gets the extra turn. Never mind, I guess I just lose. That's pretty tough to beat. It's funny that my deck actually has the out for it. Okay, he is blue then. That's actually good to know. That makes me want to bring Thada Adel back in. I mean, it could. I mean, there's a chance that he's just playing the Simic Signet as like, just as like a fixer without playing islands. But I don't know. I feel like there's likely some islands in there. Kind of want him to. All right, good. So I'm bringing Thada Adel back in. Now that I know I can land walk in. I guess didn't show us any artifacts, but I'm gonna guess there's some in there. I think I still like Masticore in this match though. I definitely like the shackles. Being able to steal his stuff is good. Maybe I don't need the Thada Adel. I'm just thinking he's likely has some artifacts. Well, we saw at least one. All right, I'll take it. Whatever. But I gotta cut something, so maybe we cut. I don't know. What do we cut? Maybe one of our 2-drops, like Containment Priest would have been. I guess it wouldn't have done anything against the channel. He might have Natural Order too, though, or something. He does have Fauna Shaman. I don't know. Maybe I cut. I mean, I prefer to not cut a creature, but maybe Masticore is too slow. As good as it is against his Rampers, it's probably too slow. Let's bring back the Thada Adel and see if that does something for us. All right, we'll play first. 5 lands, a Quarter Paladin, and a Council's Judgment. This isn't a great hand. It's definitely susceptible to quick rampy start. Do I for sure want to mulligan this? I mean, it's not very proactive. It's not a great distribution on the play, but we do have a 2-drop and removal. I guess I'll keep. It's not a very good hand. I can Judgment a Ramper, though, which is nice. And I don't really mind the Strip Mine so much. Ooh. Not exactly the draw I was hoping for. No land drops. Interesting. And discarding Emrakul to put it back in the deck. Alright. Shackles. That's cool. I don't have to play the Shackles. Just kind of nice, actually. The reason to not play the Shackles is I'd rather just play it and gain control right away. And he doesn't have to play into Shackles, so it's actually better to keep that information hidden, in my mind. All right, there's a Mana Crypt. I'll be able to steal a 4-power creature, which is pretty good. All right, Relic. I think I can get rid of Coalition Relic with Council's Judgment. That keeps him off green mana, too. And he's still getting punished from that Mana Crypt as well, so it seems reasonable to me. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice is pretty insane, though. So I can Sword... I can do that next turn, though, too. I'm pretty sure I want to Council's Judgment this Coalition Relic away. He's just got no green mana, which is like the base of his deck. So keeping him off that, I think, is pretty important. I do like the Sword of Fire and Ice play, too, but keeping him off green mana seems more important to me. Especially since he's running Channel in his deck, which Relic would allow him to play. He's really on the tank about something. Or maybe he was just not paying attention. That also could be. Technically, he can counterspell us too, but then I guess he wouldn't be able to put the thing on Relic to ramp. So let's just drop our Council's Judgment here and get rid of that Relic. All right, so unfortunately, he's going to be able to ramp, which is a bit of a bummer, but he won't have double green unless he draws green source. Did I not even... He must have lost the flip? Actually, I don't even know if he did. I can steal the Fauna Shaman. That's actually kind of good. Ooh. Can actually tap his Relic during his upkeep, too. What's more important? Probably stealing the Fauna Shaman, I would think. It's going to cost me 5 mana. I assume he's digging with that Fauna Shaman. Let's Shackles and steal his Shaman. Oh, he won the flip. So if he has a green mana, he can channel. But he can't channel very big anymore, which is good. Wow. Surprisingly won that game. Only surprisingly because of how badly he dominated us in game 2. But yeah, I am, once again, I'm happy he conceded game 1 because he certainly was not out of it. Yeah, I figured he had a grip full of green cards. I don't know. I don't know what else he could have really had. If he's not playing spells, that is. I mean, we knew keeping him off the green was important. But yeah, ended up taking it. Very nice. Acidic Slime would have been very good against our Shackles, so that panned out for us relatively well. I don't know why I feared the channel when he was low on life. It stopped mattering at a certain point. So good. I'm glad to have the win. We'll see you in round 2.